Hey.
Breathe it now again.
So the entire time that our intro is playing, we're like right on our mics. I'm like, don't breathe on the mic.
Don't. Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple weeks.
It's been a month.
Well,
a month?
I was gone. You were gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing great.
So excited to be back. Excited. I know that today's not our regular day. It's Wednesday. Usually we come in on
Mondays.
But Monday was Halloween. We figured we wouldn't get much of an audience, and we took the babies out trick-or-treating, so here we are. We did have fun.
Sweet.
It got cold quick.
You didn't come over. Normally you come over. We've got soup.
Soup in the bread bowls, right?
Yeah.
I know.
You're not
My
a soup
bad.
guy. I know.
I'm not. And it kind of got
I had
busy.
leftover steak for you, but you didn't come over.
Well, I would have if you would have told me that. We love the steak. So, the agenda today. We're gonna talk about. I got a mail find. We'll talk about that.
Nice.
A casting, and then you haven't had an opportunity to talk yet about the convention. Your thoughts on the convention, maybe some of the highlights, some lowlights, activities. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And then what's last?
We got to do our fines.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fines of the week.
Fines of the week, or for the last 3 weeks.
Fines of the last 3 weeks. Oh.
Actually, it's going to be fines of this last week because I think the last couple of weeks have been put away. But yeah, fines of the week. We'll do it.
All right, so let's kick things off. I got a mail find now. I've been waiting for this one for a while, and it's the San Diego Comic-Con, the Peach Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Now, I recorded a whole video with my boy, and unfortunately,
it was awesome, by the way.
Well, so part of that video, so I actually did a review video with him, and the issue is that the file was corrupt. When I went to transfer it to my computer, I've been having some computer issues, and honestly, it was a great video, but it didn't work out, so it was like glitching. Hopefully this isn't. So that's why we're really addressing it today. But real quick, San Diego Comic-Con is notorious for bringing the fire.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's been times where we were on family vacation and we went down the mountain just so that we could try and get some of the San Diego Comic-Con goodies.
Because we didn't have service at the top of the mountain.
Right.
So, how about this? Let's talk about some of the favorites in the past. Obviously, the 66 Bat.
Oh, huge favorite. 66 Batmobile.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the one with the Hulk in the back of the truck with Rocket.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was great.
Actually, that's the one that Warren won in the vending machine.
Yeah, he won the vending machine one. Yeah. Do you remember the one that the box slid like this and it came up?
The Batman?
That was the original.
And so the Batman slid up, and was it the Vader did that too?
Correct. And it made sounds.
Yeah. That one was fire.
Yeah.
So there has yet to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that, hasn't scratched that itch for me until Peach.
What?
Until Peach. It's not good.
You gave it a thumbs down?
I did. I give it a thumbs down. So I'm gonna give you the review here. First, we're gonna slide over. I'm gonna show you the car. I'm mostly disappointed in this packaging, and we'll talk about that. But I'll show you the car. Overall, the car. Hey, I see Yaz on. What up, bro?
Yo, Yaz.
Overall, the car. I'll bring it over. Let me bring it over so you can see it, okay? And boop. Okay, so here's the car.
It looks like Peach.
It looks like Peach. It's a main line.
It is. It does look like a main line, to be honest with you. That's what I was disappointed about. I'm like, why couldn't they have put some real rubber tires on it?
Well, and I understand the thought of like the go-karts and having the plastic tire. Like, I get it, but they didn't try at all to level this up. Even the paint, like, yeah, it's a chromey paint. It's not Spectra paint. It's not doing it for me. It's literally a plastic remake of a mainline vehicle, car. And they slapped it in this box. Let me see if I got a picture of the box. I might have a picture of the box in here.
Well, look at the steering wheel. It's not even aligned, if you didn't notice that.
Oh, that is a video. Okay, we don't want the video. I just want the box. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we got the box. And inside the box is equally as underwhelming as it is outside the box. Okay? So let's do this. I'll do it live here. Boop. Look at that transition. Okay?
Nice.
So here we go. We got this in this little cellophane wrap, okay? And that's it. Okay? It's in this plastic. This is cardboard, weak sauce. This is plastic, weak.
It's not even acrylic.
It's not even acrylic. That's my point. Is like they made almost zero effort in this casting.
It's almost like they took peach, which in case you guys don't know, you can find peach on the shelf right now.
Yeah.
In the Hot Wheels, the Mario Kart has its own, 8-car set, and this is exactly the same car. It's just repackaged.
So
that's why you think it's crap.
Yeah, I mean, I give it like a 3 out of 10. Like, and I only give it a 3 because I like Mario Kart so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, you can't always have a home run.
But can't you though? Like, I feel like there's ways to make sure that you do.
I think the feedback is good for them to know. You could have taken and at least put some wheel riders on it. You could have at least lined up the steering wheel, the front. When you're looking at it face front, it didn't line up right.
Right.
So I get it. I get why you're disappointed. I didn't get one, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, I got one. And I remember, so I was talking with some of the Hot Wheels designers in at the LA convention because they had the sneak peeks all in front of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had the old what was the Batmobile with George Clooney? Do you recall which one? The one with the big fins on the back.
Yeah.
So they had one of those and it was purple and I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, like what's this for? And they said, oh, that was I think it was the Dream Halloween exclusive from years ago. They just had it out like to show. And I said, hey, when is San Diego Comic-Con Mario Kart coming out, the Peach? And they're like, oh, it should be coming soon. That's already dropped. I'm like, I know it dropped. I got one coming. But I mean, so again, it's taken like 5 months. The whole time in my mind, I had this idea. I was like, hey, I'm going to make this cool video where I open it up and I spray paint it. I'm really going to spray paint the other one. And the reason why like it's even funnier now is because the car sucked. Like I was hoping it would come out like in an acrylic case. Even if you threw it in an acrylic case, that would bump you up 2 points. You get a 5 out of 10. So
I get it.
Anyways, but a lot of people have been giving me crap about this video. I think it's hilarious. A lot of people took it seriously. They're like, you're trying to trick me. You just spray painted a main line. I'm like, yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to spray paint a freaking, $30 car.
Yeah, $30.
But
here you go.
Sorry, I can't zoom in on this one. But, so I opened it up here. I put it in and then watch this.
What? Her hair turned colors.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, you tricked your... You think we're stupid? I'm like, no, it's just a funny video, so calm the heck down, man.
To be honest, I didn't even know you switched cars until I started reading the comments.
Yeah, there were some people.
I just thought you hated the car. I really did. I was like, if you hate the car, I could see you doing this.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. For the content.
Save it to make a custom out of, and you'll make it even better.
Yeah. Speaking of custom, so at the Hot Wheels convention, I got to tell you, I was inspired by the level of talent out there, and you can
wow.
I don't know, attribute, I don't know what the right word, but you can attribute to how kind of nervous I was getting before the show, because as everyone was putting out their castings, I was like, man, we got some freaking bangers here, man.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, this boy basically put his cars in a lockbox.
Yeah.
With handcuffs around, the like a safe, like digital combination kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And hand carried them onto the airplane.
Yeah.
It's like gold.
I think I do got.
Anyway, I can see why, because when we got there was some hot stuff. I mean, fire. I gotta say that I was very impressed with some of the fire of some of the amateur and pro customizers that are out there. Well done for winning first place, though.
Thank you.
That was, wow. Brings a tear to my eye because of the car.
Yeah.
We can't go there because I don't want to get that emotional, but it was freaking awesome.
I appreciate it. And it's I'm trying to pull open the because display case, it was pretty entertaining as I was babying my customs the whole time.
You actually took a picture of that too?
I did, but I got so much footage on here. I'm trying to sift through everything as we're going through it.
That's all right. You can always reference it on Instagram or, sorry, we can't talk about Instagram on YouTube. You can always reference it in a short a little later on.
Yeah, that's true. We can. Anyways, so you haven't had a chance yet to talk about kind of the convention, your thoughts, pros, cons. Is it worth it going? Is it worth not? So give me your 2 cents.
For it being my first time at this one, I've only been to one other one, and it was down in Las Vegas, the Diecast convention. For it being the Hot Wheels convention, I didn't know what to expect, but I had a tremendous time. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of really cool people that I've seen them on Instagram, I've seen them on YouTube, I've seen them on Facebook groups and stuff, and we were able to just put a name with a face and say hello. So that aspect was priceless.
Yeah.
Awesome. To hang out with you and our older brother, Warren, was awesome. I mean, from start to finish, from landing on the plane trip, there it is.
I have it on the wrong screen here. Go ahead, keep going.
From landing on the plane to taking off on the plane, we had a lot of fun. Probably, seriously, the funnest time that I had was when they were announcing, the winners of all the different events, the coloring events, the racing events, the custom events.
Yeah.
All those things, they did a really good job of celebrating those that came to have fun and to play.
Yeah.
And even all the stuff with the kids. I mean, you guys played poker.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that concept of what the poker tournament was, that it went for charity, or else I probably would have jumped in. I just thought, oh, you guys are playing poker?
Yeah.
Last time I played poker, was like a long time ago, like 10 years ago. But, you and Warren did well on that. Warren did a little better than you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my table. I mean, we don't need to go into detail, but my table was interesting.
It was stacked.
It was. There was a lot of opportunities to do a lot of fun things. There was a fair amount of downtime. Now, good news is that we were in good company, me, you, and Warren, and so we were able to, watch. We had the World Series going at the time. We got some nice dinner at the hotel. Was delightful. I think everyone should experience it at least once. You should go to a Hot Wheels. If you collect Hot Wheels, if you're into diecast, you should go at least once.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The main reason why I went out there was for the custom contest. And now that I've done that, kind of checked that box. Like, in the future, I want to go to more conventions, but I'm not gonna lose sleep if I can't, due to family outings or family vacations or work trips or whatnot.
Well, and you're in a little bit different place because you still got the youngins and to leave for we were out there for 5 days.
Yeah, it was a lot. And so shout out to the wife being able to hold down the house and whatnot and take care of the kids in the meantime. So you're right. I mean, in an ideal world later on when I've got more free time, once the kids are out of the house, I can see doing that a little bit more. So here's just a shot of the display case. Shout out to Warren. Warren was the videographer on this one, so I don't even remember. Yeah. So I had those at the bottom that were kind of already protected enough in the acrylic cases, and then I had to cut out of the foam for the top ones. This one right here, this was called the Rat Rod. Actually, that's a Datsun 510 wagon cut in half end to end. That was the Kmart exclusive black one. People lost their mind when I did that, but everyone can calm down. Oh, so right back here, I had the key to be able to open up the acrylic case. So again, going through customs, it was quite an ordeal. But no, man, it was a lot of fun. Oh, there's my butt. So thanks, Warren.
Warren's wearing shoes or sandals with socks.
Fling flungs.
That's an old man trick right there.
So you can see I was
How
in
many cars did you submit?
I was in the hot category here. They said, hey, we want to limit it to 5 initially, and if there's still more table space, you can add more. So I did end up adding more. I added my 5.
Hey, there's a good looking man.
Yeah. I added my 5, and I waited till everyone was done, and then I got approval. I said, hey, I got a couple more, including my daughter's car, that I really wanted her to be able to, even though she's not there, be able to put her casting out. And of course, I helped her build it. So, long story short, with Jaylee, with her car, what I wanted to do is get footage of it on the table so that then we can use that for her Ninja Warrior submission video in the future. So I think I got a video of that one. Let me see if this is it. Nope, that's just those ones. Anyways, so overall experience for the convention, 1 out of 10. Your thoughts?
I give it a solid 8.
Yeah.
I really do give it a solid 8.
What would bump it up?
What would bump it up? I would say a little. I think the reason that it was an 8 is because I didn't do some of the prep work probably, and read through some of the newsletter because I didn't have the newsletter to understand all the different opportunities.
I mean, in all honesty, I had the newsletter, I had all the emails, and it was still confusing to me. I think, and I'm on the same page, probably an 8 out of 10. Some feedback, and I wrote this in the thing. Maybe like a video, like explaining some more details. In fact, at one point I was talking to him, and I was like, "Oh well, I didn't come last year because I didn't have the newsletter." And he goes, "You didn't need the newsletter to participate last year." And I said, "That's not what I understood. The reason why I didn't go last year is because I didn't have the newsletter, and I didn't get a ticket."
Yeah, and if we would have known that, then we wouldn't.
So I gave him that feedback, and he said, "Hey, rest assured, that's on my my list of things to address in the future, so people know." Yeah.
I just think that if you do have the newsletter, there's some exclusivity items that are going to be sold out before those that don't have the newsletter.
Yeah.
So I think that was the advantage.
And I got that hauler for having the newsletter, and I'm like no offense to whoever made it, I'm just like, it didn't do it for me. Same with like.
But if it would have been a blown delivery that you would have got.
But even so, it's not produced by Mattel. That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
And now everyone has their own not necessarily agenda, but thoughts on those kinds of cars.
What do we call them? Third.
I can't even remember what they call them. D3 or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that. Something with a 3 in it. When it's not created by Mattel, but they have permission to put the Hot Wheels logo.
Yeah.
On somewhere on the car.
So one of my favorite aspects to it, the convention, was to be able to meet the meet and greet with the designers.
Yeah.
And being able to, I don't know, like I related and I was able to express how much I like so many of the castings and what my favorites were. I was able to get some signed. It didn't cost money. Like if you think about Comic-Cons and it, 50, 60, 80, $100 just for a signature, and that wasn't the case here. Yeah. I really like that, and I hope they keep that mantra and vibes going with that. So I went to 3 autograph sessions, and the first one Larry Wood was at. We were literally the last people on the line, and bless Larry's heart, by the time we got to the table, he was done.
Yeah, and that's understandable, but we were able to sit down with some really good people and talk to them.
Yep.
To discuss things and just share our love for Hot Wheels. I was out there for a little bit of a different kind of thing where I was giving away a bunch of cars, and when they found that out, they were like, "Dude, that's cool. Why will you do that?" So there was some discussion on that. Yep, there's one of them.
Yep. So go ahead and speak to it now.
So I had brought this car in advance with the understanding that I was going to give it away to somebody. I did not know that
Brendan would be there.
Yeah, that they not only was he going to be there, but he was going to be bringing the car there. But
yeah.
I guess in a sense, I did know he was going to be there because he's one of the designers, and I mean,
yeah. So he was on the list. Now, mind you, the Jurassic 5, this Chevy that came out, it came out what, a month before the convention. So like, as we're prepping for the convention and going, this one finally drops. We finally get it. Honestly, I did not put 2 and 2 together that he was going to bring out his actual car either. But so this is actually the car that we gave away, that James gave away. So DrFlyFisher, follow him on YouTube, because honestly, you're one of the most generous collectors that I know. You've given away hundreds of cars. And so big shout out to you. This went to a little boy, ended up finding it. We hit it.
Dinosaur.
Yep, he was in a dinosaur costume. He ended up finding it. So, big shout out to you for doing that. Honestly, bro, you got a big heart. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one of my favorite cars that I got signed while I was out there,
The Nash,
was the Nash. It's trying to do it at an angle so that you can actually see it. But so the Nash I had already had this signed by Greg, the designer of the actual car of the Nash Hull. He lives in St. George. I went down. I visited him. We brought him a bunch of cars, and he signed this one for me. And then, so I'm going to the convention, and I'm like, I wonder if Manson's gonna be there, right?
And he was.
And he was. And I was super stoked. He was only in one session, one autograph session,
Right.
and I waited in line, and finally, like, I had already seen everybody, so I wasn't trying to take up time. So I was just, hey, briefly going through, and I get to the end and I said, Manson, I'm super excited for you to sign this. And I told him why. I told him who had signed it already, and he was honestly, he was like, wow, like, I'm super excited to sign it for you. And I love that Greg has already signed it. Like, that's a cool piece that both of us were able to sign it.
Yeah, and that's one that's going to go on the wall.
Yeah.
That truly will be a memento that you'll hand down to your kids.
Well, it's got more nostalgic to anything than anything, because now I got a story of taking it down to Greg. I got the story of bringing it out to LA and getting it signed. So
getting it home safe. And we got a couple other signatures too.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped about these ones. So Phil's got the same kind of vibes that I got. I feel like I resonate with his style and his castings, and so we got some signed here. So this is the exclusive blue T1 bus, and this was only in the 30-piece garage set. So he signed it right here on the top, wrote 2022. Again, I don't think it's gonna. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but then there's also something else on it too.
That's right. On the base,
the very very bottom, by the front axle, if you can see it, there's actually his initials.
It's in black.
Oh, that one's black. That's right.
So it's hard to see, but
Yep. So initialed and signed.
Pumped on that one. And then Phil worked on the 1966 Batmobile. So I got this is the original Redline Club casting. They came out with like the black with the blue tint. This is just a straight black. So this was from 2006. 2006. We got that one. So
then you've got the 2010 blown delivery, original Redline. Blown delivery. So when you hear people talk about the blown delivery original, this was the first one that came out, correct?
Very first one, and darn near everybody that's got them is holding on to them and not trading them, not selling them. It took me years to finally get it.
Where did you get that one?
I got 3 of these now.
I know, but where did you get that one?
This one I traded. No, not this one.
I got one of them for you.
Not this. Well, maybe. Okay, so you tell me, when did you give me this one?
That's what you were supposed to. I bought one for you. That's the die cast convention, the first one that I went to. I ended up picking one of those up.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was because was it the Batman that I got?
That was the gold bat.
Oh, I got the
That was
stories.
the gold bat.
See, COVID brain.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. I didn't get that one for you.
One of my favorite top 5 castings. I've got the 1966 Batmobile. I got the blown delivery. And I was pumped to be able to get both of those signed. Again, another casting that resonates with me is the drag dairy. So this is a hybrid of the dairy delivery and the drag, and the blown, not the blown delivery.
Drag bus.
Drag bus. Yep. And I remember when this one dropped, it's the holiday version, and I was ecstatic about it.
There it is. Now you can see.
One of the and this actually has some of the largest wheels on any diecast that Hot Wheels has produced. So all of these, by the way, I recorded a bunch of videos and I've been posting them. So tune into those on my YouTube. Again, DJ Djiweb right here, right? Just make sure you subscribe. And there's a little bell right below. If you hit that bell, then it'll notify you when I push out content. So
yep.
But getting the car signed, that was probably one of the highlights for me.
Yeah, I was saving that for the last because I knew we were going to talk about it, but it truly was one of the highlights for me too. To meet, to meet some of the spouses.
Yep.
right? And just the designers themselves, because a lot of them they were just walking around the convention. Like you could just go up and say hi. Larry was the same way.
Yeah.
He was walking around and it was like, hi Larry, and I saw regular people just talking to him, and I just
very approachable.
I think it was almost like celebrity status, where I thought that they were going to be in their own little rooms.
Sure.
You know, and no, they're just car lovers like us.
That's true. Yeah. So hopefully we get to go again in the future.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to go to the Nationals one.
Yeah.
So
I hear it's different. I hear it's better.
Yeah. Well, so they called this one L.A. and they call the other one Nationals. I heard the same thing from multiple. Go ahead.
Nationals moves around. L.A. stays L.A.
But the Nationals one is normally back east. It's not near L.A. Right?
No, right. But so I think that's maybe why they call it Nationals, is because it's been in Chicago, it's been in
Indianapolis, They had it at Nashville last year, or next year's gonna be in Nashville. Something like that. I remember them talking about it, and I was like, oh, probably not this year. Maybe in 2 or 3 years we'll go.
Yeah.
Go to the national one. But,
yeah, I think maybe like in every other year we'll try harder to go, but finds of the week. We're now to the segment. I don't have any finds of the week. I did go searching today. I saw some more of the gold bats, but I didn't find anything. So what did you find?
I found a couple treasure hunts.
Oh, the Mini Cooper.
Got a potty. So in case you guys don't know, right at Halloween, the day that Halloween is over, so yesterday, November 1st, all of our grocery stores start switching everything over to Christmas. And that's typically when they get a lot of Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them...
And Walgreens.
Yes. And a lot of them know who I am because I've been building those relationships for years and years and years. So it's funny, I walked into one of my Smith's grocery stores, which is owned by Kroger, and they were like, hey, the Hot Wheels guy. And I was like, hey, how's it going? They're like, hey, we saved the Hot Wheels for you.
Oh,
it had
sweet.
been a year. Literally, it had been a year since I'd seen them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they let me
And that's
open
where you
it.
got those?
That's where I got those.
Nice.
And then those were dump bin. There was a dump bin with 4 boxes. I call them mini dump bin is what we call them, or that's what I call them. And then they had a side panel, 144 cars. So that's why there's the 2 different treasure hunts there. And then they had some clip strips. And that's where I found
Super.
the Mustang.
Wow. That purple pops, bro.
It does.
That looks real good.
It is.
That's good. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire, dude.
Yeah.
Great piece. Great find.
That was
Just one soup?
Just one soup. I didn't really, but I haven't been able to go to very many other grocery stores just because work's been really busy, trying to save some lives. So, but at the same Smith's, I picked up one of the Fast and Furious. This was on the top shelf. Picked up 2 of those. So one for you, one for me.
So the Skyline, actually I've got it up. I've got 3 or 4 up on my wall. So we got the purple Skyline, we got the chrome silver Skyline, and then the blue Skyline. So Skylines are hot, man. Those are going at the convention. We saw those going for what, 500 or no, like $300. $300.
Are you talking about the Golf one? No. The Redline Club Skyline, or are you talking about the convention Skyline?
Redline Club.
Okay. Yeah.
Great pull though.
Fire. So,
one
other
Jay Leno's
thing.
garage, huh?
Yeah, I hadn't seen these yet.
Woo!
And, had popped
Dude.
in.
Let me see this top one, the McLaren.
Had popped in.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
hey, let me just give them a show with all of them together.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Wow. So everyone knows Jay Leno is an absolute beast when it comes to collecting vehicles.
Dude, my dream is to go to his garage one day.
And
Brent needs to have him sign it.
so some of the favorites in my lineup. favorite cars, the McLaren is king. And I dream about a McLaren F1. Now, mind you, it's not a realistic dream now because the McLaren F1 is going for like 10 million plus, like it's ridiculous. But and the reason why is because remember the old Need for Speed?
Oh yeah.
The burnt orange McLaren F1 was like the supercar that you can unlock. So I love that black one.
I got to figure out a better way to like show these.
It's tough, and that's why we try to have or swap over computer screens when we're doing that. But that Countach. Oh wait, let me see. This one might be fun. Sorry, might be fun to customize.
Seriously, I was thinking about that when I picked it up. I thought this has got such a wide base on it that I think Ian might be able to utilize it for a couple customs. So if I find another one.
Yeah, let me know because I could chop out the whole engine and throw a bunch of steampunk. That you got the pipes down the side, so that might be something where you try to customize here in the future.
Okay.
No, I want to see that last one, the Countach. So Redline Club came out, not that one, the other one. Redline Club came out with. They've come out with a handful of Countach in the acrylic. You got the black one, the maroon one, or it's like red, right? It's like that Spectra red maroon.
It is red.
And then they just dropped a week ago the green one with the side panels of the body kit on it.
Yeah.
And that I am so pumped to get that one. And we're gonna drop it here. We're gonna talk about it.
We might have to go on eBay to find that thing because I have yet to be able to see not just that car, but I have yet to see that set come out.
You have the other two.
5-car set.
No. I'm talking about Redline Club.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
the green, the one from last week, the Mattel Creations,
yes,
right?
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the new 5-car set that has a green Lambo coming in it.
So, but the Countach overall, like, it's one of how do I say this? Like it's nostalgic.
Fire.
It's mean looking. It's detailed. Like the how much detail they were able to put into the 1/64th casting is unmatched in my mind in so many ways with the Countach because the lines overall. So I love that we have
favorite casting.
I love that we have. Well, is your favorite casting?
It's one of my favorite castings, and
I agree.
This is truly one of my favorite cars in that casting because I love that it's just red, no tampos, no nothing else, just one color.
Do you remember when? I don't know the year. In fact, if anyone would know, it'd probably be you. The bright pink Countach treasure hunt, regular treasure hunt. Back then, they only did regulars. What, 1999, 98?
I think it's a 97.
Is it? Anyways.
97, 98. You're right.
It was ever since that one. And I remember because we were looking through your collection. I hadn't seen it yet. Saw it and I was like, whoa, like this thing pops.
Yeah.
Anyways, love the Countach. That's
you don't
coming.
have one of those yet?
I think I got one. I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just saw it recently and yeah, I salivated again like you do.
Well, again, I wasn't collecting T hunts back then. I was collecting, but I didn't know about treasure hunts. I was I mean, we didn't have internet back then. Like I was literally just going to Ben Franklin in Old Town, Idaho, and they'd get cars once a quarter. You know what I mean?
Ben Franklin is like the corner store that has everything but has nothing in a town
and
of
everything is double price.
People.
Yeah, for mainline cars, I remember paying like $2.99 for
and
those.
that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's what I had to show.
That's what we had to talk about.
That's some good stuff there. I think that we did good over this last couple weeks on our finds, but we had a lot of fun over the last month of just going to the convention, hanging out with Bro, and getting some really kind of that check mark of, honey, to do.
Yeah.
Bucket list. That's what I was looking for.
No, for sure. And I'm excited. So I'm going to be submitting for Ninja Warrior again this year, and I'm going to use that video of the custom that I built.
Yeah.
And winning. I mean, what an honor. Thank you to the judges. Super pumped for that. So.
Sweet.
Yeah. Other than that, we'll tune in here next Monday. Ideally, we'll get that Countach by then. But Until then, make sure you check us out. Instagram, DJ Djiweb and DrFlyFisher. And then make sure you hit that little notification below, the little bell, because then that'll tell you when we've been posting videos darn near every day. We're trying to push out some content for you guys. See what you think. Drop a comment, a like. You know, it helps the algorithm. So
yeah, and we just have fun doing it.
that's true.
So even if you just want to just watch and not make a comment, but we like to get to know people. So
Facts. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in, guys.
see you guys.